We're joined in the studio now by the Operations Director of GNI Mag. It's Daniel May. Daniel, how are you?
I'm very well, and yourself?
Very well, thank you. So what we're going to do, we're going to take a little look back at some of the big LGBT highlights and events that happened throughout 2018. So starting off with your magazine, has it been a good year for the magazine?
It's our biggest year to date. Anyone that's not familiar, GNI is the only LGBT magazine that we have here in the country. It's a very niche magazine, but it's basically, in a nutshell, a lifestyle magazine. Anybody can lift it up and there'll be stories or things that you'll find of interest within the magazine. But overall, I would say this year more than ever, more businesses have come on board actively supporting the LGBT community, which is amazing.
Which is good. So Northern Ireland as a whole are becoming more supportive in a way.
I think people in general, people on the ground are more supportive, but it's the people in the big house that we say that maybe aren't as supportive.
Yes, exactly. But as we know, there's nobody in the big house at the minute. So yeah. So I see there you've got the GNI Mag weddings on the table there as well. And of course the whole issue of weddings in Northern Ireland still this year causing controversy.
It's we're at least 20 years behind the rest of the UK in that front at all, and it just baffles me that people won't allow other people the opportunity to be happy, however they see fit to be happy. So that's why we brought out our own wedding directory. It comes out once a year, and anybody that looks through it knows that their business is going to be welcome if they're wanting to have their ceremony or whatever their services needed whenever they're organising their own big day.
So tell us about some of the big names who have graced the front cover of the magazine this year.
Well, at the very top here you can see Sir Ian McKellen. That was actually last January's issue. He's a really big activist and works for Stonewall, so it was lovely to have him in. This was actually our humanitarian issue, so it was great to have him grace the cover. Throughout the year we've had different people like Alexandra Burke. Everyone will know her from winning the X Factor, but she was also in Belfast doing Sister Act, and I believe she's back in February doing The Bodyguard.
Yes, yeah.
So it's been lovely to have her. And then more recently, probably the most famous drag queen in the world is RuPaul.
Yeah.
This was a lot of work in progress. From I started working in the magazine 3 years ago, whenever you think of drag, the go-to name is always RuPaul, but we just have never had the opportunity to get him on the cover until he released a new autobiographic book. And then we got a cover and amazing images inside as well.
Brilliant. And of course, there is a big drag queen scene here in Belfast that everybody enjoys. Everybody goes along to see the likes of Tina Leg's Tantrum, don't they?
Yeah, there's loads of up-and-coming queens, and a lot of them are really excited recently as well because RuPaul announced that Drag Race UK is coming. Brilliant. So there'll be a lot of happy queens in Belfast.
What about some of the big events of the year? I suppose Pride was the biggest event this year, wasn't it?
Pride was absolutely massive. We were all there supporting. We didn't walk in it. We enjoyed all the festivities, but I don't know if there's been an official announcement about the amount of people, but from what I've seen, it was by far bigger and better than any year previous. So it's great. It's all positive, all good for our community. And it's great to see that event growing every year and attracting everybody. Everybody. I think on a normal year, if you're standing in a fixed spot, that the parade would usually last around 40 minutes, and it was a good half an hour more than that because of the amount of businesses and communities that actively want to show support. And of course there's one parade in Northern Ireland that brings everybody together. Exactly, yeah. Not about labels, not about titles, just be yourself and have fun. Now, of course, for your magazine, the big event every year is your awards. Our awards, yes. And of course, I was there on the red carpet talking to everybody, so we're going to take a little clip now of what happened as I hit the red carpet for the GNI Mag Awards 2018. So Colin, another year, another awards ceremony, and this is one ceremony that you never miss.
Yeah, it's so great to be back here, third year running. It's just great to be back in Northern Ireland, and for such an event, it's always so special.
And you still find time to get back to Northern Ireland a lot throughout the year?
So, you know, this year particularly it's been really busy, so I haven't been back to Northern Ireland as much as I'd like to, but for events such as this one, I make a point of booking a flight and getting over here as soon as I can.
So Santander are back as a sponsor again this year. What was it about these awards that made Santander want to get involved?
These awards are really important to the LGBTQ plus community in Northern Ireland, and LGBTQ plus rights are really important to Santander, but particularly in Northern Ireland where we don't have marriage equality. And that's something that Santander feel very strongly about. So anything that we can do to support the community in Northern Ireland, you can bet we'll be there.
Now, I believe already Kylie Minogue's a big fan of yours.
Well, yes, a few weeks ago I opened the GQ Awards at the Tate Modern in London, and obviously I know the GQ Awards are very high profile, but not until I stood on stage and had a look out into the audience did I realise just how A-list it was. I had Kylie Minogue watching, Rita Ora, Ronan Keating. We had I'm just trying to think of the table in front of me. Sacha what do you call him? Sacha. Yes,
wow.
him and his wife, Ella Fisher.
Yes, yeah.
They're at the table in front of me. So I can't believe I forgot their names on camera. I'm really sorry. I'm just trying to think. Lots of people there, but you know something? It was a really, really epic experience to be able to do. But what an experience to come home and perform at the GNI Magazine Awards in Belfast. It's just as important to me.
So there we go, some of the highlights and some of the people that I met at the awards. It was an amazing night.
It was great. That was our third award ceremony. The previous two were in the Clayton, but we just kind of outgrew it, so we had to move to the Crown Plaza, and it was absolutely an amazing night. We're actually booked as well already for next year.
So you are thinking ahead to next year?
It's already booked in. I think it's the 8th of November.
Right, yeah.
2019.
So how are you going to top this year then?
I don't know. Everyone keeps asking me because it's going to be a lot of work in progress. I think overall more people were kind of happy with how the night went. There was more room, there was more entertainment. So I'm open to suggestions if you want to help organise next year.
And I'm going to mention, we talked to Conleth on the red carpet, Conleth Kane, who's currently in London. He comes back and supports the magazine and the awards every year, and he's having a great career, isn't he?
He is. He's actually just released his first album, which I found really, really shocking. I've known Conleth for years, and I thought it was something that he'd maybe already done, but he's probably sang and produced a lot of singles, but I think this is a full album of his own material, which he's really excited about. So
for people who weren't at the awards, give us a rundown on some of the winners this year.
There was a lot of different awards, and all very, very niche. There was awards for financial sector, which Santander, who were the main sponsor, actually won. Then PSNI won for friendly facilitator. It was a lot of people that you don't normally see, people that are behind the scenes, that are the backbones of their own business, that don't usually get the gratitude and the thanks for the work that they do tirelessly throughout the year. So it's as important as it is to have the big names there, it's the smaller people that Joe Blogs don't know that really make things happen, make a positive change.
And of course, you were supporting the Rainbow Project on the night as well, who do such good work every year, don't they?
All year round. This was just a bit of a way for us to give back. £10 from each ticket sold went directly to the Rainbow Project, and then all the proceeds from the raffle went to them also. I think they raised about £3,500 in the one evening, which is absolutely amazing.
Which is good. And they didn't necessarily have a great year. They had a few problems.
No, I actually think that they were broke into, and the computers and different things stolen, and the place was ransacked. So, I mean, it was just something that a small way that we could do to help give back.
So looking ahead to next year, what's the plans for GNI Magazine?
I know, it's crazy. We're already we're actually halfway through our January issue, which we need to get finished. I'll not give away who's on the cover yet, but the first issue's focusing obviously on New Year, New You. So it'll be all about positive mind, positive body, what it means to be LGBT in 2019. So there'll be all of your regular features that people enjoy, and then a new section as well, focusing on how to be a better you.
Great stuff. Well, Daniel, thank you.
Thank you very much
for joining us, and have yourself a great Christmas.
Thank you, you too.
Thank you.